players and coaches from the area about everything winter sports. The Monday Night Sports Talk Show is brought to you by our title sponsor, Griffin Insurance, as well as Buckeye Stoves, Page One Group, and Papa John's. Now, here's Tyler Mathias live on WMVO Radio, Facebook, and YouTube.
And a good Monday evening to you. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show live from the WMVO studios, and we appreciate you joining us here on the program. And we're going to be talking with Fredericktown basketball at the beginning of the program and Mount Vernon bowling at the second half of the program today. But we appreciate Derek Dibling joining us, head basketball coach for the Fredericktown Freddies. Tanner Estep is with us. Blake Sipes, Gavin Toombs, appreciate you guys all joining us here. Talk some Freddies basketball. Before we get started here, you guys were pretty young back when I was a senior in high school. There was a young man by the name of Thomas Hinkle that played at Fredericktown, and he was just named the head football coach at Marietta College. So I want to give a shout out to him. Also, we want to give our condolences to the family of Chris Well, who passed away last week as well. Ran a lot of the Tomato Show, obviously a great organization, and Chris, a great lady as well. And I know she was able to make it to some basketball games this season as well. So our condolences to Chris's family and the Fredericktown community with that as well. But as we talked about high school basketball, though, going into this season, there was a lot of expectation. I like to just mention about expectation right off the top for anybody, but there's a lot here for the Fredericktown Freddies. I mean, you think about the senior class that you have here, Derek, and this group and everything. And then, last year we went over to Cardington Lincoln High School. They had their whole roster was seniors. You guys went over there on the road. You win that. You win the conference and things. But as you look back to last season and now into this season, are the expectations any different? I mean, or is it kind of the same every single year? Or with this group being seniors is a little more pressing for you guys here in 2025-26?
Well, I think every year, we try to raise the bar a little bit, but I think at the end of the day, it's about, we talk about getting better every day. I don't know that our approach has really changed, even though, the expectations maybe have risen a little bit, but the approach every day is, to get better every day, to focus on the things that we can get better at and control, and try to walk away from practice every day a little bit better than when we came in.
Now, before Gary comes in here and yells at me, I'll have you pull that mic a little closer to you before he comes in here and yells at me. I know, but appreciate Fredericktown joining us here too. But you get into this year, and we look at the Oxmoor Athletic Conference, usually a pretty competitive conference, and this year you've got some inexperience there over at Centerburg, and you've got the Danville Blue Devils, a new head coach, and Northmore, they're usually a pretty good basketball team over there. What do you see with the Oxmoor Athletic Conference? I know you've gotten a game in. Cardington Lincoln lost a lot of pieces. You guys were victorious at that game. But what do you see with the Oxmoor Athletic Conference?
Well, to be honest, we take one game at a time. So we've only got one conference game under our belt. We kind of worry about the next opponent on our schedule. So we'll dig into Loudonville. So I haven't looked at too much into some of the other schools, but like you said, there's a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience, some different coaches, some coaching changes, at least a couple. So we'll see what it brings as we get down the road here. We'll dig in a little bit deeper.
Gavin, as you got into this season, and Gavin will be announcing his college of choice at the end of this program tonight, right? I mean, I can break the news. We want to be
I don't know where I'm going yet.
He's not doing it. Are you going to play basketball or football?
Football.
I'm
going to play football, yeah.
All right, you can play some basketball, though.
I know.
Go somewhere and do both. Going into this year, though, I know you've already scored your 1,000th point and different things, but going into this year, you got a really good senior class. You got some juniors and things that are part of this group here. What are your expectations going into this year? This is kind of your last opportunity. Division 5 is no joke. It's very difficult, but what do you want from this season, Gavin?
Honestly, I think this is the year. We've been playing together for 3 years now, all of us, all the same guys, and I think, we know we can accomplish more than we have in the past, and we can do things that Fredericktown hasn't seen for years, and we just come to work every day. We work our tails off, and we take it game by game and see how it goes.
All right, you guys got an opportunity to play Loudonville on Wednesday night. You host Danville on Saturday, and we're going to be there for that game on Saturday. Looking forward to to that. Blake, as you get into this season, football season is done. You guys, had a new head coach in Scott Spittler, and you had fun with that. Now you come in here with Coach Dibbling, and you guys have been together for a little while. What are the expectations with this group here in 2025-26?
Yeah, I mean, like Gav said, Division 5 is no joke, and I mean, this the same stuff every year pretty much.
Yeah, for you guys, is it a situation where you want to win the conference? Obviously, you want to win the conference, but is it an expectation to win a district title and get that opportunity and maybe see what you can do with it, possibly even a state championship if you're, that's way down the road, Coach, I know, but just your thoughts on those kind of goals going forward in this season.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone wants to win the KMAC, but we want to reach for like the district, regional, so.
For you, Tanner, what are you looking forward to this season? Are you a senior too?
Yes.
All right, so senior year as well. What are you looking forward to this season with this group here at Fredericktown?
I just think, playing with my friends again. We've been together, like they said, the past couple years. I think we got a good group, a good chance at, accomplishing more than just the KMAC this year. I feel, drive every day at practice, work to get to the next game, next school. I feel like KMAC is something we really want, and get past that and get to the districts.
Yeah, we had some fun going over to Cardington last year for that basketball game that we got over there for. If you swing that back there to Derek for a moment. And Derek, one thing about this season, as you look at the roster that you have, you mentioned these three guys. Unfortunately, Brody Davis tore his ACL in football season, a key part of what you guys were doing last year and some of these things. So how much has that maybe changed, maybe the depth of this group, and just tell us a little bit about his impact and just about the team in general. We mentioned these three guys, some of the other guys, Carson Reinhardt, early stages leading the conference in scoring.
Well, obviously losing Brody was a huge hit. It was kind of a gut punch. He's a guy we leaned on heavily just for energy. You're not gonna find a guy like that. He's a hard worker. He's got a really, really good motor, and he was kind of a glue guy. Like he wasn't afraid to speak his mind. And, so you don't replace him. There is no Brody's one of a kind. There's no replacing him. It's I think and we've talked to these guys, but it's their responsibility to help lift the team up in other ways, because it's hard to do what Brody did. And he was, like I said, he was one of a kind in what he brought to the table. So.
Yeah, we look over to Mount Vernon. Unfortunately, they have kind of the same situation with Zane Barber tearing his ACL, and they say, kind of like an extra coach on the bench. That kind of the role you feel with Brody, a guy as a senior year.
We've tried to keep him as engaged as possible. We haven't necessarily given him roles, but he's hyping the guys up before games, and stay in their ears a little bit. He can be a calming presence, and sadly enough, I think it's a stark reminder that this is a gift. You have a gift to play, and in an instant it can be taken away. And so, you got to put your best foot forward every night, every day, because every day is not given. So.
Yeah. As we look at the program right now, I was talking to some people from Centerburg the other day after that Danville game, and they mentioned something about you guys have like 2 JV teams or something, or you got a bunch of JV kids. Yeah.
So the league. A lot of schools have struggled with like numbers, which were no different. So the league kind of came to the consensus of, kind of doing away with the freshmen and just having a JV B team.
Okay.
That way, some sophomores, some upperclassmen could kind of fill out those rosters to give those guys a chance to play, because not too many KMAC teams can have a true freshman team with all freshmen. Now, most of those JVB rosters are filled with freshmen.
Yeah.
It's really no different. It's just is
it one team?
It's
or?
a different label. No, it's two
separate teams.
So they're playing 2 games. You're playing a JVB game, followed by a JV game, followed by the varsity game.
Okay, so
that's the JVB roster is filled with some upperclassmen.
So that's kind of what it's going to be like when I come on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, it was a little confusing for me. So when they told me,
it's different.
Yeah.
Same format though, just different kids filling those rosters out.
When we look at the non-conference, and I was talking with some of the some different people, and I looked at you guys at the beginning, the Ashland, Crestview, and some of those ones. What goes into some of the options that you have, some of the things that you do with scheduling those non-conference games?
Well, we tried to really kind of beef up the non-conference schedule. Sometimes it's harder than it seems, because you got to fit it in the schedule. You got to make sure both teams have common dates, but we wanted to beef up the schedule. We wanted an opportunity to see a team like Harvest Prep early on in the year, And, fortunately, our AD did a great job of scheduling some of these teams and finding dates that worked and fit our schedule.
All right, we're going to be talking about the season at this point. Of course, looking forward to this week as well, taking on Loudonville and Danville as well. We appreciate the Fredericktown Freddies joining us. High school boys basketball. We're going to talk some more with the players here as well. I want to thank Buckeye Stoves, Griffin Insurance, Papa John's of Mount Vernon, and Page One Group here in the mug, on the mugs here. And Derek has 86 of them in his cupboard. I'm just teasing. He's been here a lot, though. He doesn't take one every time.
Never give me a money.
Yeah. Appreciate Fredericktown joining us here. Let's take this quick break, come back, and more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show coming up.
Good afternoon for Onan Sports. I'm Brandon Beam. Transfer portal news today in college football. Florida quarterback DJ Lagway, Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola, and Michigan State quarterback Aiden Childs all announced today that they're all going to be entering the portal to find a new team for the 2026 season. Associated Press All-Americans, they were announced today. Ohio State led the way. 4 first-team honorees, including safety Caleb Downs, linebacker Arvell Reese, wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, and defensive tackle Caden McDonald. Wide receiver Carnell Tate, linebacker Sonny Siles also picked up a second-team honor, and quarterback Julian Sand, defensive end Caden Curry, they racked up third-team honors. As a whole, the Big Ten led all conferences with 10 first-teamers. Other All-Americans from around the state, guard Evan Tangsdahl from Cincinnati earned third-team honors, and safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo did as well. News from around the NFL today, Patrick Mahomes avoided major damage to the rest of his knee, although he did end up tearing his ACL and will be out for the remainder of the season. An MRI confirmed Micah Parsons for the Green Bay Packers. He has torn his ACL. And the ageless wonder of the Indianapolis Colts, Phillip Rivers, the 44-year-old quarterback, he is expected to remain the Colts QB1 at least for their game next Monday night against the 49ers. Monday Night Football tonight takes you out to Pittsburgh, where the 7-6 Pittsburgh Steelers, although without TJ Watt, will entertain the 6-7 Miami Dolphins. That game kicks off a little bit after 8 o'clock this evening. For ONN Sports, I'm Brandon Beam.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. It's not too late to purchase a pellet stove and get a free ton of pellets for the winter season. Harmon offers top-of-the-line pellet stoves like the infamous P68. Also, if you have a chimney and need a suite, we do that too. We use nothing but the best with Copperfield products like Home Saver, Rovac, and DuraVent to allow your chimney to remain safe, clean, and durable. Stop by our showroom, Buckeye Stoves, on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. Visit us on the web at buckeyestoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
When you're craving better ingredients and better pizza, Papa John's on Coshocton Avenue delivers. Locally owned by Bill Spitzer, Papa John's is feeding Mount Vernon fresh hot pizza, wings, and those irresistible garlic butter breadsticks. Order tonight from 855 Coshocton Avenue or call 740-397-6644. Carry out, delivery, or order ahead online. Papa John's, locally owned, big flavor, right here in Mount Vernon. 740-397-6644. That's Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business, RV, or boat, Griffin Insurance has you covered. Located at 300 Coshocton Avenue in Mount Vernon, we've been protecting what matters most to Knox County for decades. Call 740-397-7488 today and experience the trusted local service you deserve. Griffin Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you know.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
You're listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, brought to you in part by Griffin Insurance, Buckeye Stoves, Page One Group, and Papa John's.
All right, we're back here in the WMVO studios. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Gavin waving to the camera. And we're looking forward to talking some more with the players and Coach Dibbling here, Fredericktown Basketball. Coach Derek Dibbling, Gavin Toombs, Blake Sipes, Tanner Estep, we thank them for joining us here. 4-0 for the Fredericktown Freddies to open the season, 1-0 in the Knoxboro Athletic Conference. And that one conference game, 72-32, you knock off Cardington by 40 points. Again, when you looked at it last year, you guys played a really important game over there in Cardington at the end of the season. It was kind of interesting, though, how it all kind of worked out, because that was actually a rescheduled game with Cardington last year, and it just so happened that you guys played for the conference championship as well. But when you look back at that game, Coach, 72-32, again, it's Cardington Lincoln team that 12 seniors last year, so everybody's gone. The only people that are coming up have literally not had any varsity experience and things. You guys take care of business. What stood out that you liked about your team in that win against Cardington?
I think the biggest thing we tried to get these guys to understand that it was about us. You know, there are things we want to try to accomplish every game. And really leave that game feeling good about us getting better. It wasn't about necessarily winning the game, but it's about like doing the little things. Because we've really preached doing the little things all year to prepare you then for things that come down the road.
Tanner, in that game against Cardington Lincoln, to get a 40-point win, what stood out for this team? Obviously, offensively scoring 72 points, and defensively holding a team to 32 points in a ball game.
Yeah, I think we just really punished the zone they ran. We worked inside. We have a lot bigger guys than they do, so really getting in the paint worked a lot. But yeah, punished the zone, and that seemed to work. So we just did it all game defensively. Held them. Yeah. Knew our matchups, knew our assignments, watched film.
Yep. And took care of business. Yep. Took care of business. Blake, looking back at that game, size, obviously, when you get into it, you guys have Gavin. You're a big guy. You've got Zane's a pretty big guy in there as well. How much did size factor in for that, and just your overall thoughts in that game?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely played a huge part. Coaches preaching just like inside touches, like almost every possession, and it would work. So.
Yeah. For you, Gavin, looking back at that game, what stood out for you and a win against Cardington Lincoln?
I think the way we just prepared for the game and came into it with the mindset just to get better, because one game doesn't define the whole season. We know we need to be playing at our best. I don't know what you want to say. To our best ability. Yep. Every game we play, and no matter who our opponent is.
Right now, obviously very early in the season, Carson Reinhardt is leading the conference in scoring. Gavin is second, 1 point behind him, and Blake is nearly averaging a double-double. And so you guys have got contributions from everywhere right now, Derek. And I know we've talked with different coaches and different teams and things, and how important it is it's that it's not one guy, and that it's all these different guys that contribute, whether it's off the bench or in a starting role, where they can't key on one person. Obviously, when you look at it, Gavin's going to be a guy that they look at. Blake's going to be a guy that they look at. But how important is that team aspect for this Fredericktown Freddy's group?
I think it's super important. I think it makes us and this group like special. I think their ability to not worry about necessarily who gets the credit, and their willingness to make the extra pass, to feel good about that offensive rebound, to feel good about that assist. I mean, everybody wants to score, but you got to have guys that do the little things, and you got to have guys that are willing to to give the ball up for a great look versus an okay look. And these guys buy in. I think you could see multiple guys lead us in scoring every night. Again, it's not about who leads us in scoring. There's one stat that matters. We talk about it all the time. It's a W at the end of the game. And they're they're super unselfish. They get it. They get it.
When you look at the 4 games that you have played, what have been the biggest things that you say, hey, we have done well throughout these 4 games, and some of the things you say, hey, as we get into this week against Loudonville, against Danville, a couple of conference games that we have to improve upon if we want to have this perfect record going into next week?
Well, we put a high price on the rebounding piece lately. That's been a point of emphasis from the beginning of the year really to now, and it's something we harp on every day. And again, I don't think we have the success we did Friday if we don't rebound the way we did. I think sometimes games like that literally come down to just small things like that. That's been something we've really kind of harped on the guys about. We want them to use their athleticism to go get the ball, to not be satisfied going down and playing defense until we see the ball go through. So it's just something, little things we work on every day, trying to emphasize those things.
Is this a team that wants to get out and pressure, force turnovers, get in transition? Because I would tell you what, when I was a senior in high school, which was, again, a very long time ago, and we mentioned Thomas Henkel, he's coaching over there. Thomas Henkel played. Guys, you would have really liked this offense. It was this wonderful thing where, Fredericktown basically held the ball and ate half the quarter holding it, and it was like 34-30 was the final things. You guys like to get up and down and run. You want to play in the half?
Was it with Coach Mann?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, no, our preference is to get out and run.
Yeah.
To play fast.
A lot of teams want to do that nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun brand of basketball, and I think it gets guys out in space. It allows, especially these guys to use their abilities. Like they can run, they can jump, they can shoot. Yeah. So I think again, it's just us playing to our strengths. It's not us recreating the wheel or anything, but that's who we are, and that's what we like to do.
As you look at this week, and we'll take it one game at a time. You play the Loudonville Redbirds. I don't know a whole lot about Loudonville, other than the fact that they did hold it for 4 overtimes my junior year of high school, and we ended up losing to them. But with this Loudonville team, what do you see just initially as you get ready to play on Wednesday night?
So again, like we talked about it, they're inexperienced. Got a new coach in there. I think working on getting his feet wet and getting their program established. They got some size. They got a couple 6'6" guys.
Mm-hmm.
These guys don't know that we haven't talked scouting report yet, but we'll dig into a little more with the guys and watch some film. But again, a young team that I think is trying to find their footing a little bit.
Yeah. As you swing it over there to Tanner, from a player perspective, playing Loudonville, playing Danville, what do you want to see from a player perspective from your teammates and from yourself this week in these games in the KMAC?
I feel like Coach said, just unselfish basketball. Keep playing how we've been playing. Like he said, there could be different leading scorers. I feel like we play best when we're, giving up for the extra pass to make the better shot. Like to see more of that, just good basketball like we've been playing.
Blake, what do you want to see from player perspective this week? A couple of home games in KMAC action.
Yeah, I mean, Tanner pretty much said it all, but just, don't be selfish. Swing the ball and win.
You guys got different pieces, different guys to score the basketball. Gavin, what do you want to see this week?
Obviously want to see us win.
Yeah.
And I just want to see us work on the little things so we're better prepared down the road. And just, playing together and getting the W.
And, of course, not to get too far ahead, but against Danville on Saturday night, which we're going to be there for that one here on WMVO's Facebook, YouTube. I'll be there for that ball game as well. It's almost contrasting styles. You guys want to get out and run, and they're going to play in the half court and try to slow the game down, and controlling the pace of the game is obviously usually a key piece anytime you play somebody, especially in high school because there's no shot clock. Do you want a shot clock? You'd be okay. He says he'd be okay with the shot clock there. I'd be okay. What would you say, like 45 seconds or what? I mean, not there, not.
45,
yeah. Don't make it too much there, but good opportunity to people don't hold the ball and stuff, and it makes it not very fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever happen.
When you think about Division 5, I'll have you grab that mic a little bit closer there. But when you think about Division 5. And it's been a gauntlet for years. Is it kind of the same thing right now? Is it kind of still a gauntlet? Has it gotten a little easier on paper? I mean,
no, it's still the same gauntlet. You still have your key players there.
Yeah.
They don't regroup. They just reload.
Yeah.
But no, it is. It'll be a challenge for us. Which again is why we really harp on these guys every day to do little things now, because those habits that you're developing. Those are the things that carry through come tournament time, come the end of season, every game. You can't just prepare for a game like that in a week and be prepared. Your habits, won't be where they need to be to win games like that. So.
Just because these three are here, what do these three mean for this program and the success of this program as you go throughout the season? We're very early on in the season. What do these three mean to the success of the Fredericktown Freddy?
Well, I think just the senior class in general.
Yeah.
Brody's not sitting here. But I mean, they've meant a lot. They're back-to-back KMAC champions.
Yeah.
I've known these guys now since they were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So it's just it's wild that they're sitting here as seniors, and we're talking about their senior season when. Man, I could show you some pictures of these guys where you wouldn't even recognize them. But it's special. Like it's really cool. To watch them grow and watch them to be able to do this together, because really there's you talk about playing at the next level and stuff, but there's nothing like high school sports, and I think these guys epitomize that, and the fact that they get to play with their buddies, and there's one last run at this thing, and then they'll never, unfortunately, it's sad, but they'll never get to experience anything like that again.
Yeah. Do you guys play ball like, in the off season? You get out there and Coach Crowley's like, don't hurt yourself.
Well, yeah. We've been playing basketball ever since we were, like Coach Dibbin said, like probably kindergarten or first grade. We were playing at the Y all together and stuff. So
now my boy's in second grade. Now I'm putting him in basketball. I said, "You want to play this year?" And I don't know. I gave him the form, and he spun the ball backwards. So maybe next year. We'll see what happens. But you watch out because, you guys won't have to worry about it. But, Centerburg Trojans. No. But no, it's going to be an exciting time this season for the Fredericktown Freddies. We're looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday night. We're going to be there for that game. So catch it on the WMVO Facebook page, YouTube, and here on the radio as well. And we want to see a dunk too.
All right.
No, we want to see some good basketball. And a close game always is great for us too. But I guess you guys would like the blowout. So we appreciate
see what happens.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us here. Again, the Fredericktown Freddies coach Derek Dibbling. We appreciate Tanner Eastep, Gavin Toombs, Blake Sipes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Best of luck as you take on Loudonville Wednesday night, and we'll be there. Best of luck as you take on Danville Saturday night as well. And then we're hoping that all you guys be a part of the senior showcase this year, and maybe you'll coach. Maybe get back to coaching. I don't know what your record is right now. You did coach one. You did. Well, you did coach the 1 year.
I did.
Yeah, the first year. Did you win that game? Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. All right. Appreciate you guys joining us here. And we'll take this break, come back. More of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show is coming up on WMVO.
Time and temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:29.
When you're craving better ingredients and better pizza, Papa John's on Coshocton Avenue delivers. Locally owned by Bill Spitzer, Papa John's is feeding Mount Vernon fresh hot pizza, wings, and those irresistible garlic butter breadsticks. Order tonight from 855 Coshocton Avenue or call 740-397-6644. Carry out, delivery, or order ahead online. Papa John's, locally owned, big flavor, right here in Mount Vernon. 740-397-6644. That's Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. It's not too late to purchase a pellet stove and get a free ton of pellets for the winter season. Harmon offers top-of-the-line pellet stoves like the infamous P68. Also, if you have a chimney and need a suite, we do that too. We use nothing but the best with Copperfield products like Home Saver, Rovac, and Duravent to allow your chimney to remain safe, clean, and durable. Stop by our showroom, Buckeye Stoves, on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. Visit us on the web at buckeyestoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business, RV, or boat, Griffin Insurance has you covered. Located at 300 Coshocton Avenue in Mount Vernon, we've been protecting what matters most to Knox County for decades. Call 740-397-7488 today and experience the trusted local service you deserve. Griffin Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you know.
WMVO Weather Center forecast.
The temp is 16 degrees and it's cloudy. The wind is from the south at 5 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, cloudy with light wind. Temp about 17. Overnight, cloud-free and somewhat breezy. Temperature 15. And then tomorrow, clouds here and there with some wind. 32. That's Storm Track weather on the heart of Knox County. WMVO.
Listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, brought to you in part by Griffin Insurance, Buckeye Stoves, Page One Group, and Papa John's.
All right, we're back here on the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Thanks to the Fredericktown Freddies for spending some time with us here. And they're 4-0, 1-0 in the K-MAC, and they're going to be playing Loudonville Wednesday night. We're going to be at Mount Vernon Wednesday night. as Northridge and Mount Vernon boys basketball play. Curtis will be on his first call of the season. And then Friday night, I will be at Fredericktown for a girls game. And then Saturday night, we'll see that Fredericktown boys team we just saw there. But one other thing you did see was about a week before Thanksgiving, I went to Heath and I bowled for the Turkey Bowl. Now, I don't typically get invited to this, but I got invited, and I drove there, and I was telling the Fredericktown there that I can't see as well in the dark anymore. It's just one of those things. But anyway, we went over there, and I bowled between the legs. Now, I had the bumpers up, so I'm not going to brag over here, and ended up bowling a strike. And when I walked in, Curtis told the owner there that I had bowled the 300 game, which is true, except it was in Wii Bowling. So that doesn't really count too much. Coach Nate Cooper is here with us. We appreciate him joining us here. Griffin Beach is here with us, as well as Addison Dusenberry. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. Nate, how long have you been the head coach there?
This is going on my third year.
Third year. Appreciate you spending some time with us here. I know sometimes we get it later in the year, sometimes we get you in earlier in the year, but appreciate you spending some time with us here
Thanks
right
for
now.
having us, for sure.
So let's first off talk about this group that is here this season for this Mount Vernon Yellow Jacket bowling team, and then we're going to talk about some of the bowling. When they call them matches, they call them games and matches. Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
Matches and tournaments.
I'll tell you what. I know Centerburg has like a club bowling thing or whatever, but I would have probably done that if I possibly. Depending on if I was working here, so, I had to do that too. But, I would have probably been on the bowl because I like bowling. It's fun. Bowling is a fun thing to do. But when you look at this team this year, what stands out with this group? Is it a veteran group? We talk about recruiting and trying to get different people to want to bowl. Nate, what is with this group this year when you look at from the boys and girls side?
So, actually, both teams are pretty similar. Yeah. They're both pretty veteran teams.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a lot of seniors, but we have a lot of juniors.
Yeah.
Both boys and girls have a lot of juniors and some good bowlers this year. They're really coming along. The girls team had a little rougher start than the boys team did, but they're right there now. They beat Granville, who is undefeated. The girls did.
Oh, yeah.
Last Friday, the girls beat them. So that was a great win for them. And the boys have been on a roll too. They're 6-2, and the girls are 5-2 so far this year. So we're bowling well.
Do you do any co-ed, or is it just straight? It's going to be boys side and girls side.
Like during practice, sometimes we mix it up.
Sure.
But matches, it's strictly the boys bowl the boys and the girls bowl. If a team doesn't have a full girls team, they can bowl on the boys team.
Yeah. All right. We're going to have you grab that mic a little bit closer there. I think Tiffany just gave me a heads up to do that, but I appreciate Nate joining us here. Appreciate Griffin Beach joining us here as well. Now, I got to say this because before I got started here in the show, I was in my office and I got a text, and it said that you got accepted into Dartmouth today.
Yes, I did.
Which is pretty awesome. So that is an Ivy League school. And so tell us about just that opportunity to go to Dartmouth, and what's their mascot there at Dartmouth?
So it's the Big Green.
Green.
It's a tree.
Oh, it's a tree. Okay, it's like Stanford.
Yeah.
Except it's not Stanford.
No,
Dartmouth.
it's
So
Dartmouth.
what drew you to Dartmouth, and tell us a little bit about choosing to go to Dartmouth.
I guess just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'm a big nature guy, and up in New Hampshire, you're surrounded by, forest and nature all the time. But it's a really good school. It'll give me a lot of academic and professional opportunities as I go on.
Yeah. Are you gonna be bowling there?
Unfortunately, they don't have a bowling team.
But you can still bowl.
I can. 30 minutes away from the college.
Oh, it is? That's not too bad.
No.
Yeah, get to go bowling there. Well, for you, Addison, going into this year, are you a senior? What year are you here? Okay. I should remember all these things, but I meet a lot of people. So I'll have you just kind of switch that and put that mic closer towards there. You guys can share there. But going into this year, what were some of the goals you had going into your senior year here with Mount Vernon Bowling?
Definitely a higher average than last year and making more spares, because that's definitely something I need to work on. And I think just making more friends throughout the bowling season with my teammates and growing closer with them.
Yeah. We talk about recruiting in bowling, and I tell you right now, again, if I wasn't so busy my senior year of high school, I would have bowled. But how difficult is it maybe to recruit and say, hey, come bowl with us, because you got basketball going on, you got wrestling going on the boys and girls side on both. So how hard is it to recruit maybe your friends to be a part of this? But it sounds like you guys have some pretty good numbers here this year as well.
Yeah, sometimes I'll tell my friends and stuff about it. They're like, no, that's not fun. It's not a serious thing. I'm like, well, it is. And they just don't take it as serious as I do.
Yeah.
So.
Do you spin it? Can you spin it? Yeah. You spin it too? No, I think I've asked you guys that before, but I can't do it. When I was in Heath, I tried, and I can't do it.
A big part of it's the bowling ball, right? The
Can you use a heavier one or lighter one?
That part doesn't matter. There's a core inside there, and the cover stock is what makes it hook. The actual, like a lane ball, they're full of oil and they're not made to hook.
Yeah.
So everybody on the team this year has to have their own bowling ball.
Okay.
And all those bowling balls are made to hook, so they help.
Where do you get a bowling ball from? Like
most bowling centers have pro shops.
Oh, okay.
And they'll drill them there for you to fit your hand, which makes it easier as well.
Were you a regular bowler?
I've bowled since I got out of the Marines.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, like you say, I like bowling, but I never been figuring out that spin thing.
Come to practice one day. We'll get you dialed in.
Hey, don't tempt me. I'll come over there. I'm going to use that golf simulator sometime, too. I told him come over there for that. But when you look at this and this team, number one, it looks like you guys have some improved depth, and that's always good. You think about this right now. So what does that mean? I mean, do you have three bowlers per game? How does this work on determining, does everybody get to bowl every single time?
So, I mean, we treat it just like any other varsity sport. I play the best 5.
Yeah.
When I take 7 to a varsity match, and you can sub them in or out, but there's no guarantee that they're going to get in every time.
Yeah.
Just depends. If everybody's bowling well, it's hard to take somebody out.
Do you change within frames, or is it after each game that you can sub?
So you can sub during the game, but you're only allowed to sub one person. That if they come out, they can't go back in that game.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, when we look at this team or these teams on the boys and the girls side, what do they need to improve upon as they go in? Well, aren't you guys undefeated right now? Are you guys?
We've lost 2 now.
You've lost 2 now?
Yeah, we played a couple of tough matches there.
Yeah, but what are some of the things that you look at and you say we need to improve upon here in the early going of the season?
I'm sure the kids will tell you spare shooting.
Yeah.
Spare shooting's key to get those scores. I went through all our stats from our last match at Heath, and we make some spares. We're right there with them.
So. Yeah. Griffin, spares, those are tough to pick up. When I was over there, I'll have you pull that mic there closer, but when I was at Heath, not to just mention that whole time, because I did bowl a lot there, but like it's really hard to pick up a spare. Like you see it and you're like, it's not that big of a deal. It's like right there, and then it's not easy to do. How much practice does it take to master picking up those spares and being able to do it? It's really important. If not, you gotta, you get to the next frame, and it's not going to be as beneficial.
I mean, as a team, we dedicate. Usually at our practices, we'll do one game just of spare shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it almost needs to be like shooting free throws.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they really aren't hard to pick up if you are able to focus in. But a lot of it, when we miss them, more mental errors than physical.
Yeah. For you, Addison, what's kind of the mindset when you try to pick up a spare and improving on that spare shooting this season?
Mostly just focusing on the pin, because I don't look at a mark for my corner pins, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. But it definitely takes a lot of practice, though, because like 10 pins and 7 pins, like you think it's easy, but you have to like hit it at the right angle and.
Yeah, it is not easy.
No, it's not.
Take it from me, it's not easy. It might look like it at first, and you're like, yeah, this anybody can bowl, and then you get out there and you're like, this is really difficult. Now, if you guys actually saw how that turkey bowl went, did you watch the end of that, Nate?
I don't know if it was the end or not, but I watched some of it.
At the end of it,
when Ed won.
Yeah, he hit the pen, and it just kind of rolled over to the next one, and that was the game. It was like a walk-off. This is fantastic and things, but when we think about spare shooting, so how does that work to practice something like that? You just tell them, hey, just pick up 2 pins? I mean, how do you
So
practice
we usually shoot at the corner pins, which are the 7 and 10, and that's what the guys and the girls, both of them, have the most trouble with.
Yeah.
Because you have to have the correct angle going across the lane to get those.
Yeah.
Because they're right on the edge of the lane.
Yeah, you gotta like spin it and hit it on the backside and hope it slides back over. Pretty much.
For splits, yeah.
Yeah. Now, with this year, and I know we're going to talk about the postseason, the LCL, and things like that, but we talk about non-conference scheduling and different things like that for basketball. But when you talk about scheduling this, how far out do you guys schedule this? And is it a plan for you to make it a difficult schedule so you guys are a little more prepared when you get into tournament play, Nate?
So this year, my goal was to get us more tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
I've felt the last couple years that when we get to tournaments, we kind of crumble there. We're not used to that atmosphere. There's a lot of people there, a lot of people bowling. So this year, we've bowled one tournament so far, and we got 4 more scheduled before our end of the season tournaments.
Yeah. So what does the practice look like throughout a week? I mean, for you guys.
So we usually practice 3 days a week, depending on our schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 3 to 5.
Yeah. So how popular has bowling gotten here? I mean, I look at Centerburg, and it's like a club sport, and they're raising money, and they're trying to get that going and things like that. And I know Fredericktown had a girl go to the NAS that bowled over there and things. So,
quite a few.
Yeah. How popular has the bowling gotten, maybe in Knox County and even statewide?
Statewide, it's growing big.
Yeah.
It's big time now. Knox County's got 5 or 6 schools that bowl.
Yeah.
So it's a growing sport for sure.
Yeah. So we talk about the recruiting aspect of it. What do you try to tell these kids maybe that are out there and they say, I don't know what bowling is. I don't know. Should I get into bowling? I don't really know if I'll be any good. Can you teach me what is the way that you pull them in?
We have beginners that have never touched a bowling ball on the team this year, and they've really improved quite a bit this year. We had a practice today with 2 of the kids that have never bowled before, and it was an optional day. A lot of people couldn't get there today with school not being on, so we had a smaller group, and the coaches were able to focus a little more on each individual person, and it was a great practice. I think everybody got better today. But the recruiting aspect, we really miss the coach from last year, Mr. Japixi. He was a teacher, and he would get those kids in there. We did get a new assistant coach, Miss Dice.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be great, I think. She's great with the girls. She does mostly with the girls.
Yeah.
And she has got them bowling a lot better. So it's good.
All right, we're going to talk about what's to come. Obviously, a little bit about the LCL and more with head coach Nate Cooper, Addison Dusenberry, and Griffin Beach. Mount Vernon Bowling, appreciate them joining us here. And Nate's got the logo there, Papa John's. We appreciate them having the pizza and drinks here for the teams that showed up tonight. Buckeye Stoves, Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor, and Page One Group. I've got the mug here. I don't drink coffee, so it's water in there. But appreciate you guys joining us here. We're going to talk some more about Vernon Bowling after this break here on WMVO.
Is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:45.
This is Lorraine from Buckeye Stoves. It's not too late to purchase a pellet stove and get a free ton of pellets for the winter season. Harmon offers top-of-the-line pellet stoves like the infamous P68. Also, if you have a chimney and need a suite, we do that too. We use nothing but the best with Copperfield products like Home Saver, Rovac, and DuraVent to allow your chimney to remain safe, clean, and durable. Stop by our showroom, Buckeye Stoves, on State Route 95 in Fredericktown. Visit us on the web at buckeyestoves.com. Buckeye Stoves, the cozy way to save.
When you're craving better ingredients and better pizza, Papa John's on Coshocton Avenue delivers. Locally owned by Bill Spitzer, Papa John's is feeding Mount Vernon fresh hot pizza, wings, and those irresistible garlic butter breadsticks. Order tonight from 855 Coshocton Avenue or call 740-397-6644. Carry out, delivery, or order ahead online. Papa John's, locally owned, big flavor, right here in Mount Vernon. 740-397-6644. That's Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Whether it's your home, farm, auto, business, RV, or boat, Griffin Insurance has you covered. Located at 300 Coshocton Avenue in Mount Vernon, we've been protecting what matters most to Knox County for decades. Call 740-397-7488 today and experience the trusted local service you deserve. Griffin Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you know.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back, and that's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-0262 and visit us on Scott Road.
WMVO Weather Center forecast.
The temp is 16 degrees and it's cloudy. The wind is from the south at 5 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, cloudy with light wind. Temp about 17. Overnight, cloud-free and somewhat breezy. Temperature 15. And then tomorrow, clouds here and there with some wind. 32. That's storm track weather on the heart of Knox County. WMVO.
You're listening to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Brought to you in part by Griffin Insurance, Buckeye Stoves, Page One Group, and Papa John's.
Welcome back. It is the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Hey, a reminder that after tonight, we're not going to be on the air next Monday with the show. We will have high school basketball, and we won't be on the following week. So we take off for Christmas and New Year's. But we appreciate Mount Vernon Bowling joining us here. Nate Cooper is the head coach, and we appreciate Griffin Beach and Addison Dusenberry joining us as well here on this show here tonight. So I mentioned that you'll be taking on Northridge. Is that at home on Friday?
Yep, we have home match at 4 o'clock. Yep.
All right, so people can come and watch that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Come cheer us on.
All right, so in that kind of a game, though, there's a regular and there's a Bakers, which every single time, it doesn't matter how many times you guys explain this to me, I'm confused as heck. And what is the difference? How does this work when you go and bowl and choosing who you put in certain lanes or certain frames with the Baker games? How does this all work, Naomi? Because it is kind of a science here and what you want to do, especially the Baker games.
Sure, yeah. So a match consists of 2 regular games where you have 5 bowlers just bowling regular 10-pin or 10 frames, and then at least 2 Baker games.
So you're taking up the whole thing, right? To do that?
So everybody's on one pair. So 5 people on each lane.
Okay.
Both teams are on the same pair.
You can go through pretty quick.
The whole match takes about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.5 hours maybe at the most.
Yeah.
But I usually focus on the last couple frames to set up the Baker game.
Yeah.
See who's bowling well, who's not, or whatever. I always like to start with somebody, a little firecracker, to get some energy into the team. And then you have that guy in the middle of the game, too, to help give you a little boost. And then, obviously, you want your best player in the last frame so they get that 10th frame.
Yeah. Griffin, what do you have a certain frame you like in the Baker game that you?
So I usually anchor. So I the 5th and 10th.
5th and 10th. Okay.
So in the 10th frame, the goal is to punch out, get 3 strikes.
Yeah. Then get yourself a turkey, right? That's what it's called, right? 3 strikes. Turkey. I got this thing figured out, Nate.
You're getting it.
Yeah, I've got this thing figured out. How long have you been bowling?
For a long time.
Long time.
Not really. I didn't really take it that seriously until probably high school. But
yeah. What do you like the most? Golf, bowling? You do tennis too, right?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to pick.
Okay, I won't make you then. No. You already made a decision on college, so I won't make you make another thing. No, I'm just Addison. When you do a Baker's game, you have a preferred spot that you're in, maybe?
It goes back and forth between 1st and 6th, and then 5th and 10th, just depending on how I did that day.
Yeah. And for you get that early start and you get an early strike. That's probably pretty important in bowling.
For
right?
sure, yeah. It puts some pressure on the other team as well.
Yeah.
If you're bowling, if you start off well, it makes the other team think a little more.
Yeah. Is Granville the reigning champion?
The Granville girls are really good. And then I want to say the Heath boys for our conference.
Yeah. Nate Cooper with us. We appreciate him joining us here, the head coach of Mount Vernon Bowling. And you guys normally are at Colonial Lanes, right? And then for your home matches, where else can you travel? You go to Lex Lanes and
so our old conference we bowled a lot at Lex.
Yeah.
Now we go to Zanesville, which is Sunrise Lanes.
Yeah.
Park Lanes and Heath.
Oh yeah, great place. That's where
Utica.
I bowled my strike backwards. Yeah.
Redskin Lanes in Utica. So all around this area. Thornville, we go out there.
Yeah. So. When you think about going to different, is everything kind of the same? Do some maybe play a little faster? Some lanes play a little faster?
So,
or is everything the same? I mean,
no, it's different everywhere you go. The lane surface is different. The lane pattern's different. I mean, just everywhere you go, you got to adjust a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So now you go through, you play some tournaments. You mentioned that Northridge Friday, a boys tournament Saturday. Where was that at?
That's going to be at the Columbus Square Palace.
Okay, so people can go there. I've always wanted to go there and check that place out too. But when you get to the end of the year, what happens? Is it like a tournament draw like other sports? How does the end of the season tournament work, like the OHSAA?
So, it is similar. You just pick. So our section goes 2 different days. So I don't remember if it's girls or boys first, but the boys or girls will go Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday. So depending on your average, you get to, you're picking wherever you're in that section.
So going into this week, what do you want to see from this group? Is these two, and we mentioned some of the other. There's some newcomers and things. What do you want to see from this group as they bowl this week?
I always tell them I want them to have fun first of all.
Yeah.
But winning's a lot more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, winning is a good time. Griffin, what do you want to improve upon this week? Maybe you want to see from your teammates this week as you continue your bowling season.
We dropped 2 matches last week, so I would like to come back this Friday with a huge victory. Really get the momentum back and make a big push going into the middle of our season.
Yeah. So. For you, Addison, what do you want to see this week as you go into a big week for Mount Vernon bowling?
I think we've won the past 2 matches, so winning our third so we can keep our streak going.
Yeah. Nate, you think about momentum and having momentum. It's in any sport, whether it's bowling, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, basketball. Momentum's a real thing. And whether it be the Baker game, that's probably a big time when you need momentum, where you're like trying to build off of each other and things like that. How important is momentum in bowling?
It's huge. Yeah, like I said, when I like to start the Baker game with a strike or somebody that's been on a roll lately, it just kind of demoralizes the other team too. They're like, "Oh, we need to beat them on this game," but they threw a strike. So it's kind of psychological in there. And bowling is very mental.
Yeah, like you say, fans can show up. You can't cheer and scream while they're bowling, right? You don't want to do that.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Do they? Okay. You got to get focused.
Even during some of the Baker games, the teams have chants and things they cheer on while we're bowling.
Is it hard to stay focused?
For me, it's not. When I get up there, on the approach, I block everything out and I just focus on the lane. So.
Yeah, same with you, Griffin?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be difficult, especially when some of the other teams that we've bowled this season have been a little obnoxious with their yelling.
To say the least.
I'm able to block things out. So.
Yeah. Now, when I ran hurdles, I never heard anything. I would just run. My mom would be like, "I screamed for you." I didn't hear you, Mom. So,
and that's how focused we should be when we get on the approach. That's what I tell them every day in practice and matches. Hey, make sure we're focused up there and look at your marks.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. Best of luck as you go throughout this season and, of course, this weekend against Northridge Friday, the tournament there on Saturday. Nate Cooper is the head coach, Mount Vernon Bowling, and we thank you guys for joining us here, Griffin Beach, Addison Dusenberry, and thanks again to Fredericktown for joining us on the program as well. Gary's in the other room. He hasn't made an appearance here, but we appreciate what he's doing, and thanks to Tiffany, our hostess, with the mostest. We thank her for that. Nate, show us the logo. Papa John's, they brought the pizza over there. He's got the logo there on the video. Thanks also to Buckeye Stoves, Page One Group here with this mug, and we thank our title sponsor, Griffin Insurance, as well. Don't forget that we've got high school basketball with Curtis on Wednesday night, and then I'll take the weekend in Fredericktown on WMVO Facebook and YouTube as well, and maybe we'll be able to get over to some bowling matches. Gary in the other room was a heck of a bowler at East Knox.
He was a bowler.
Yeah, he was a heck of a bowler, and when we went to Park Lanes, he just spun that thing effortlessly. So, but I did bowl a strike backwards between my legs. I'm just telling you. And appreciate you guys joining us. We're going to be off the next couple of weeks with the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Join us after the first of the year. We'll have a show on the first Monday after the new year. But thanks for joining us. Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show here on WMVO.